I'm good for lunch. So it looks like we have 3 cables. We have the prop control cable for the left engine, and now we have the mixture control cable and the throttle control cable. We just checked the lengths on these. The lengths are 100% perfect. Everything looks good to go. What do you think, Joe?
Yep.
So do we want to get these 3 in plus do the cow cables today?
We have the mixture or fuel selectors as well to run through the wing.
Right.
Which that's just the wings, so.
Okay. Yeah, so we could, all right, so we're gonna put some cables in today. Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. We got mixtures, we got prop controls.
Oh, she gone.
Did you find it? Yes. All right, so I think we're gonna put the prop control cable in the left side first, because if we get that in, the left side's, well, the engine controls are done, but we still have the cowl and the alternate air to get in over there. These cables are a lot of work. Yeah, see my cable? And then I'll need one of these.
I don't like screwing.
So if you guys remember from like 2 weeks ago, maybe it was like 3 weeks ago, we had to bring the cables up through the floor, loop them into the throttle quadrant, and then run them out into the wing roots. It's the same thing. I'm not gonna like over explain or anything. We're just gonna get to work. All right, give me a second here. You good?
Yep.
Let me put that, get the nut on. Coming right through here, right? Yep. Oh shoot, I don't have a nut and a washer though. Joe, why'd you get me into working on airplanes, dude? Every step of the process to install these cables has to be followed perfectly and all in the correct order. The placement of each retaining nut and washer is so important. Miss one, and we'll have to start all over. I'm gonna actuate it. We good?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. There's a spider web right in front of your camera. So now that we have the cables all ran up through the quadrant, everything is hooked up perfectly and working well, we're gonna loop them back around, bring them through the airframe and out to the wings. Got it?
Kinda.
Good?
Yep.
Good? Wait, I'm gonna practice my escape the 401 plus help Joe. Want me to come down there and see if I can give you a hand?
Oh, there it is.
Got it.
I've been getting a lot of work done in the morning before heading to the hangar. Having a comfortable spot that I can be focused in and productive makes such a big difference. That's where today's video sponsor, FlexiSpot, comes in. They have an assortment of standing desks and office chairs, so you can make sure you're as productive as possible. One of my biggest worries with adjustable desks is how sturdy they are. I mean, they have to be able to go up and down, and I've had adjustable desks that just feel kind of shaky when you're even typing on them, and I'm sitting on here. So this E7 Pro desk, I mean, it's rock solid. I'm 225 pounds, and it's not moving or rocking at all. So I don't know about you guys, but another thing I like about the FlexiSpot desk is it's also a standing desk. This thing really helped my productivity and also limited the strain on my back by being able to stand up while I'm working. And it's just nice to be able to switch up positions and get variation. It just keeps the day from being so monotonous. This desk took no time to put together, and it's super easy to move around the room. And one of the best parts about the FlexiSpot desk is it's affordable. It's better and it's cheaper than most of the standing desks you'll see in the market today. So FlexiSpot not only makes really good desks, they also make really comfortable ergonomic chairs like this C7 chair. And let me tell you, you can spend hours working in this chair and your back still feels good. Something I really appreciate is that FlexiSpot stands behind their desks. It's backed by a 15-year warranty and free returns for a full 30 days. So improve your productivity and limit the strain in your back by purchasing a FlexiSpot desk today. They provide all kinds of standing desks and ergonomic chairs to meet your demands. Just check out FlexiSpot Sale now and use my code REBUILDRESCUE for an extra $30 off on something like this E7 standing desk series, or click on the link in the description below and check out all the stuff they have. And a huge thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this episode and partnering with us so we can bring you guys more content. Now, let's get back to the episode, and I'm gonna get back to work.
All right, so we got the throttle cable run through the wing root. We have it moved around. There's so much stuff right in here. Like without like showing you guys and sending a scope in there, it's insane, like all the stuff running in there. But we found the route through there. We got it in there. We got the retainer nut on here and washer. We have to put one on this side. I just wanted to like line it up, make sure that it was right. It's looking good. So now we got to go in and just make sure it doesn't bind up by actuating the throttle. As long as it doesn't bind up, we're good to go and we can move on to the mixture. Are you guys ready? So we've got right side engine, throttle. Actuating?
Yeah.
It does feel a little bit different than the left one.
In what way? Tighter? Looser?
A little bit tighter, but I don't know if it's the cable or if it's the, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but the left one's like butter. The right one's got a little bit more pull to it. Maybe maybe there was a little more lube in the other side because it's starting to feel the same now.
Yeah, it looked like there's a little more grease on that one.
Okay, so we'll definitely have to grease them up just to make sure. We want them to be the same because we want the same feel. Like when you're flying a twin engine, it's just like a boat, like a twin boat. So what you're doing is you're using the throttle to turn it. So, you know, last time I flew a twin, it was just like really cool. You don't even have to use differential braking that much. Right throttle if you want to go left, and left throttle if you want to go right. I know it's a little counterintuitive, but it's just like a boat and it works really, really well. So, but it feels good. The more I'm actuating it, the more they feel the same. They feel good now. I think the cables need moved a little bit.
The next day, I had to head back in the doctor's office to have my arm looked at. Meanwhile, Joe was back at the hangar digging into the 235.
So this panel here got a puncture at some point. I don't know if it was transport or during the accident, I'm not sure. But obviously this is gonna need repaired. So instead of repairing and patching, we're gonna take this whole piece out and replace it with a new piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all drilled out and off the airplane.
We have so much work to get done on this 235. We bought it sight unseen in hopes to fix it up and flip it so we'd have a profit we could put towards the Phoenix. These rescues, they've been taking so much more time than we originally planned. We can't continue to let these projects sit so long before being finished, or we're gonna go broke.
No. No,
This
no, no,
rivet's
no,
under
no.
there?
No, 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 no. We're gonna have to order this piece. If you look inside there, that piece folds up and is part of the structure.
Oh, jeez.
So that just made this job a lot harder.
So what, now you got to take off this?
I'm not sure. Greg is gonna be coming by, so I'm gonna have him take a look at it and see what our plan of attack will be now. Because that folds over and turns into a structure, so that really sucks.
Yeah.
We thought this was just a quick replacement. Obviously it's not, so got to see where we go from here.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
What we thought was gonna be our easy panel,
Yeah.
got it all drilled out and start pulling on it. I was like, maybe it's these braces. So I drilled them out.
Yeah.
Nope. And I looked inside there and said, oh crap.
Goes all the way up to the other doubler.
No, look inside there.
Oh,
It's the structure.
the structure.
Uh-huh.
It has stringers coming all the way from the back that go up. And it's basically like this. There's a piece in there that's like this. Then this skin rolls up and over and is riveted together like that.
Okay,
So it makes a good piece there.
so it's kind of structural.
A little bit. It's stiffeners to keep it stiff right through there.
Okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is, do I want to pull the inside floor out and replace the whole piece, or cut this and then just rivet the flat skin in and leave the two braces in there?
Leave that structural element
Yeah.
altogether and not have to mess with that.
Yeah. But the only problem is, because the skin goes this far underneath there, I can't cut that skin underneath there. And I'm
Well, without messing with this stuff in here.
yeah, so it might be more of a fight to get that out than what it's worth.
Sometimes the best laid out plans don't always work out. An issue like this can add hours and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to this rescue. On top of that, I don't think we have all the right equipment to do the repair. This just doesn't look good.
Plane here, this is Rodney. May I help you?
Hey
Rodney,
is Dan available?
I think he might be on the phone. Can you hold for a second? Let me see if he's available. Can you hold for a
Sure.
minute?
Yep.
Great, thanks.
Hey, so I have a PA-28 235 fuselage that we're working on. We dug into it, and it looks like the repairs are a little bit more than what we're going to want to do here. Is that something you guys can fix? Can you handle?
I'm sure we can. I mean, we can do just about anything sheet metal wise.
Okay.
What's the story on it? Does it have the engine on it, or the wings, or the tail, or what?
No, it's just the fuselage. I mean, it's all like torn down. There's damage on the front pan and I think the third belly pan back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do firewall repairs, belly repairs all
Nice.
the time. I don't know if you just want to get it up to me.
Okay.
I can probably work you in pretty quickly. If you get it up to me, I can get you, an estimate in a day or so.
We could have it there tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, bring it by tomorrow. I'll be around all day.
Okay.
So we can take a look at it here in person, and I can probably have some numbers together for you by the following day. Really.
Sounds good. I'll send Joe down with it, and then I'll give you a call after you get it.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a great plan. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So Joe and I are at the hangar today. We just got here, and it's time to load up the 235 Sierra Bravo up on the trailer because it's going over to Plane Care down here in Maryland. Plane Care has helped us with a couple different projects. They do such a good job with their metal work. We were just getting ready to start riveting in the piece that we made, and we had decided that maybe it's better we take it over there because they specialize in it. It's going to take us hours. And we got parts in for the 401. We have some other stuff we got to do in the 401. So we decided instead of spending our time on that, we're going to dive into the 401 a bit. Not sure if it'll be on this video or if it'll be on another video, but we have so much stuff to do. So whenever we can get help,
we love to get it, and they do such a good job.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a problem because last time we lifted it up from up here because with the engine and everything here, we don't have that anymore. So really the only places we can lift it from is the tail and right here where the wing spar is. But I think we can loop it right around here and kind of pyramid it up from here over to the back, get it up in the trailer. We should be good. You ready? All right, Joe, let's get this thing down so it's not, you know, because it does have a little bit of pressure on the sides like that. So until we're pulling the trailer in, put this back down on these, at least get a little bit of the weight off of them. All right, good. So we got the weight off the straps. It looks like it's going to work well. I just didn't want to leave the weight on the strap for too long because it does put a little bit of pressure on here, but that is a strong part as well. I mean, it's got a, you know, it's got a support running right through here. So we're gonna back the trailer in. I'm gonna on the trailer, and Joe can take off over to Plane Care, get this thing delivered, so then get this thing fixed up, so then we can get it back here. We can get these wings on. We can get the engine mount on. Hopefully, we have the engine mount by then. And the engine should be done in, I'm thinking like another 6 weeks. So we should have all the parts at about the same time. And then this 235 will be flying again. Oh wait, but then we have avionics to do. Yeah, then we have avionics to do yet. We got this thing down. The fuselage, because of the shape of it and the weight of it, without an engine, we don't have an engine mount. It's really tough. It's nerve-wracking to figure out how we're going to do it, but I think it's down pretty good. So Joe is going to strap it in as many places as he can safely, and then he'll head down the road.
All right, so we're off to Plane Care. So we made it down here to Plane Care. We got the plane still on the trailer, which is always a good thing. And only had one small issue. I lost a stack of foam back here at this corner. But I caught it in time and I was able to wedge something in there and tighten her back down. So we have her good to go. Alright, so everybody was in a hurry. We didn't get all that on camera, but we pretty much just turned it sideways and manhandled that thing right off of there. So they had some cool looking gear that goes right into the spar, and got her all down on a couple wheels and it's going good. So we're all unloaded, trailer's empty, and I am ready to head back to the hangar.
Yeah, so if you guys look in here, I mean, this is what we're working with. There's just all kinds of stuff there. We got fuel hoses, we got wires, we got, you know, hydraulic lines. There's just all kinds of stuff in there. So this one here, we have to route in over top of that fuel hose. So. All right, so we got the cable put in on the right side over there for the mixture. Now we just got to make sure that we actuate it and make sure that it's not binding. It was binding there for a second.
Yeah, it was hitting the bracket out here.
It was hitting the bracket. All right. Yeah, it's perfectly smooth, man. It's working really good. Nice. Feel good about that one?
Yep.
Since we have, that's all the engine control cables on the right side, and the left. So the left and the right are done. So all we got to do now is put 3 more cables per side in. So we might also do those fuel selector cables that are already through the wing route. We'll get those put in, and then that'll be another one done. To get this installed into the wing, we got to go through the route. We have to go back behind everywhere that we've been working. It's got to go in an area in the nacelle here that's literally like a 1/2 inch like wide for about 3 feet over through a bracket, and then an end gets put onto it and onto the fuel selector. Luckily, this access hole is here in the 402. All right, so that fuel selector cable is in. It's looking good. We still have 2 seals to put on it yet and the retaining nut and washer, but we're gonna wait to do that until we get everything ready, which includes the rod end. But you know, this has an overhauled actuator. When the wings were done, it was overhauled, so we know that's good. We'll double check the paperwork and stuff like that, but yeah, all it should take, rod end on here, connect it down to here, set the throw length, make sure everything is in the detents area, and the detent area is over there on the airframe, and we should be good to go. So so now we just got to go over and do the same thing on the other side. Got the cable all hooked up. All we need is an end. We can hook it up to the fuel selector valve, and this left side is all done. It actually went a lot smoother because it's the second one we were doing. We knew which way we had to run it. We knew which tools to grab. That makes all the difference. Yeah, right. So everything's looking good, and it's, you know, it's through here. Yeah, it's a long trip through this wing, but this was the one we were a little bit more worried about because when we pulled them out, they were such a pain to get out. So, but now we know, and if we ever have to do them again, I'll take the day.
Pay a mechanic.
I'll take the day off, and then Joe can do it because he's so good at it. Yeah, so they're all in. They're good to go on the next thing. Hi, Mom. We got the prop control cable in here. This actually runs right up under this engine mount. So it goes right up under here, right up to here. I can bring it. And hooks up to that prop governor. So it actually routes under the engine, but we're not gonna do that right now anyway. These cables are all working really well, and we're super excited. Everything's going so perfect. Almost too perfect.
Tap it, you know?
Yeah, it's always like the last cable or two, or the last thing or two that you put on that goes like the most wrong.
Aaron pulled it back, and this bent like that, and then popped the end off.
Unfortunately, sometimes if we move these things a little too much, these will pop out. So we're gonna pull this out. We're gonna send it back to McFarland, have them put that sleeve back in. We'll put it back in. Meanwhile, we're gonna go over on the left side and we're gonna get the cable over there for the cowl flaps done. But as far as the videos go, that's it for this week. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of Rebuild Rescue. Take care.